All right, here inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, enjoying the fights. King Gabe Rosado here. Gabe, thanks for taking a moment.
Yeah, man.
Know we got a fight coming up soon. We'll talk about what we can. You and Brian Vera gonna go down, two great fighters. Full of lots of both the action fighters. What do you think of Brian? What he brings to the ring when he faces you?
I think it's an exciting fight. I like Brian. We shared like the same kind of story, man. You know, he had a tough route. You know, won some big fights in which he didn't, you know, get the decisions. You know, so we share kind of the same story, man. So I got respect for him, and I think at the end of the day, man, it's gonna be a gutsy fight, gutsy performance, and you know the fans are definitely gonna enjoy it.
Well, let me ask you real quick about him, then we'll go to you. You had mentioned that he had some fights that didn't go his way that probably should have. Did you see the first fight with Chavez, and did you think he got a raw deal on that one?
I think he won the fight. You know, I think he lost the second one in the rematch, but first time I thought he won the fight.
And most people, you know, believe that he lost the second one, won the first one, but he actually probably gained more fans in the second one, I guess, with the heart that he showed and hanging there for the whole fight.
No, because you know, man, look, at the end of the day, this is entertainment, and I think the fans appreciate a fighter that just leaves it all out in the ring, rather than a fighter that's undefeated that, you know, is boring to watch or whatever. I think records are overrated. Yeah, at the end of the day, if a fighter just comes and shows up and puts it all on the line, win or lose, I think the fans are still going to respect him and admire him. I think that's the effect that me and him have with fans.
And then, of course, it happened to you. One that comes to mind right now was Jalen Love, one that you felt you had won there. Is that one thing that's aggravating with you and maybe him, that sometimes if you're not supposed to be the guy, you know, that things are going to go your way?
Say that again?
I mean, is that aggravating sometimes, like with Vera, with Chavez, you with Jay Leon, when you're not, you know, quote unquote the guy that with Peter Quillen, that if you're not the guy, that maybe you're not going to get the...
You know, man, it's just, unfortunately, it's just part of the territory, man. But, you know, you just got to stay focused and just do your thing. And all you can do is just fight your fight. Everything just falls into place. You know, fortunately for me is, you know, the fans recognize, you know, what's real, and you know, they acknowledge it and they spoke up, you know, in those fights for me. So, you know, it got me in a situation where I'm still relevant. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, not too many fighters after a couple losses. How you doing? Not too many fighters after a couple losses can remain relevant. But I think with the nature of those fights, I think, you know, fans know best.
I've talked to Brian several times, and he kind of acknowledges this. He seems to be a fighter that, you know, whether it's good or bad, he fights to the level of his competition. You know, some of his worst performances against guys he's supposed to walk over. So when he faces Gabe Rosado, what's he going to need to bring?
I think he's going to bring his A game, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel him on that. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know, I know that I'm up against a guy that's gutsy and is going to, you know, bring it all. So I think it's going to be a great performance, man. I think both of us are going to come in top shape.
Well, we kind of can't really talk too much about specifics of this fight coming up, but what can you tell us to be a little different? So as far as training goes, are you handling the preparations a little different for?
Yeah, you know, me and my trainer, we refocused, regrouped on what it is that we need to do different as a team to better ourselves, for him to be a better trainer, for me to be a better fighter. And, you know, we sat down and we spoke like men and what we need to do to be better, man, bring the best out of each other. So, you know, we're going to come up with a game plan, and we're going to train to the elements of how this fight's going to be. And I think, you know, God willing, I think we're going to get some great results.
What inspired you to do something outside of the normal?
It's, you know what, man? It's fighting. And that's what I am, a fighter. So it's just really no different to me, man. At the end of the day, man, it's the bell rings, and you got a guy that's trying to take your head off, and you're trying to take his head off, and you know the better man's gonna win. So at the end, it's fighting. You know what I mean? It's fighting.
Are we allowed to talk about the date when when that's going to be done yet? August 16th.
August 16th.
All right. So you and Brian Vera, you got a prediction for the fight? I mean, it's going to be a whole different environment. So
the only thing I can predict is there's going to be an electrifying fight. It's going to be action packed. That's all I can predict, man. I'm not going to predict a knockout or anything crazy like that. I'm not God, so I can't predict the future. But I do believe it's going to be an entertaining fight. I think the sport's going to definitely grow. It's going to be the next best thing, I think.
Well, you know, we'll keep an eye out for the official announcement. We can talk about it a little more in depth, but it's definitely something unique, and looking forward to seeing it. Best of luck to you. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Follow me on Twitter at Gabe Rosado, the same as on Instagram. And thanks for the love and the support. I appreciate it.
Like I said, a lot of it's already out there on the internet, but we can't really speak officially about it. So keep your eye out, and we'll have more details on that. And best luck to you, Gabe.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.